Today we're going to learn about creating a campaign in the Mailchimp program. So the first thing that we'll want to do today is visit the Mailchimp website in your web browser. Go up to your address bar and type in mailchimp.com, which will take you to the screen that we see here. You can click the login link up in the upper right corner and log in with your username and password. Once you're logged in, you'll see a dashboard with some statistics and some other information about previous campaigns. We can either start off quickly by creating a new campaign by clicking the Create Campaign button up in the upper right hand corner, or if you would like to look at a list of campaigns that you've either started or completed, you can click on Campaigns over on the left hand menu bar. If we do click on campaigns, we'll see all of the campaigns that we've previously run. If they've run successfully, you'll see a View Report button next to it. In some cases, we may have a campaign that has yet to be run if it's on a schedule set to run at a specific time. You can see that here. And for today, we're just going to go ahead and create a new campaign by clicking that Create Campaign button. The next step will be to choose what type of campaign you want to send out. In most cases, we'll choose the regular old campaign. That's the very first one in the list. You can click the link of that's assigned to the name or the select button. Either one will get you to the next step. Then the next step is to choose which mailing list we want to send out. There may be more than one mailing list in your Mailchimp account, depending on the types of mailings that you're going to send out. So we're going to go ahead and choose one, and then we're going to choose to send it out to the entire list. You can also choose additional options here that will allow you to put in some filters that will allow you to send to only specific people within a list. This can be helpful if you want to exclude or only target certain people in that list. So we're going to send it to the entire list. So down in the lower right hand corner, we're going to click Next. And on the next screen is where we're going to name the campaign. For today, we're going to just call it Test. And then we're just going to have the email subject be the same thing, call it Test. And I find that if you name the campaign name and the email subject similarly, then that's helpful when you're going back and looking at old campaigns. Let's click Next again down in the lower right hand corner. And the next screen that we'll see is where we can choose a specific template for our mailing. And what we are going to do today is we're going to click on Saved Templates. We've already created a stylized template for our mailings that we do on a regular basis. And you can see there's one showing up in the list here. And where we need to click next is on the Select button next to it. By clicking Select, we'll then be taken to the editor where we can add in our content for this particular mailing. You can see in this template we have a few different blocks set up where we can add text. You can see in this block that it says Dear, F name, and then L name, and those are just tags that designate where to put the recipient's first and last name. So we'll leave that text alone, but in order to edit this block, we roll over it with our mouse and we click on it. And when we do that, you'll see over on the right hand side that this screen will change to a text editor. And here's where we can actually type in or paste in any content that you want. So if you already have something from a Word document or an email that you would like to paste into this area, you can do so. So again, we want to leave this text up here that says Dear, F name, and L name alone. And where it says Add Your Copy here, we'll select that, highlight it, and then we'll either type in or paste in the content that we want. So for our purposes today, I'm just going to type something in. I just wrote, this is a test message. And you can see then over on the left hand side that as I'm typing that in, this content is changing. When we're satisfied that we have all the text that we want into this area, we can hit the Save and Close button down in the lower right corner. This will save the work that we've done in that particular block in our template. And then you'll see that this right hand screen then changes back to an area where you can add additional modules for images or additional text blocks or whatever you would like to do. We'll actually insert an image here as an example. I'm going to click that image block. I'm going to drag it in. And when I do that, it'll ask me to browse for a photo. I can either browse down here for a file on my computer and upload it, or I can select an image that's already here in this screen. Once I select that image, then it'll add that into the screen. For today, I'm just going to cancel out of that. And I deleted that block just for our example for today. The other thing that you can do is create a button, which is helpful if you want to create a link to something, such as a Word document or a website address. So down here at the bottom, I'm going to grab this button module. I'm going to drag it up in here. And then over on the right hand side again, you'll see that this is where I can configure the button. For our demo today, I'm just going to type in something for the button title like download the file. Then we can below choose whether we want it to be a website address or something else, like an email address or a file, and that's what we'll do today. We'll choose file. And then again, you can either browse and upload a file like a PDF or a Word document, or you can choose up here from the files list where there's already files that have been uploaded to the server. So we'll just choose one of these up here for our example. Once we do that, you can see that it's filled in the address for that file up on the server. And again, we can hit save and close to save our work for that little block. Once we're satisfied that we've got everything in here, we can do a couple things. We can preview and test our email before we send it out to our entire list, or we can go ahead and finish it off and send it out. For today, we'll look at this preview and test link up at the top in the upper right hand corner. And here we can see where we can choose either send a test email or enter into preview mode. So let's go into preview mode to see what it'll look like. This is going to show you what the mailing is going to look like. Now again, where it says Dear Test First Name, Test Last Name, that'll be replaced in the actual mailing with the person's first and last name. You can see what it'll also look like on a mobile device, like on an iPhone. So we'll close that screen out by clicking this X box up in the upper right hand corner to go back to our regular view. And then if we would like to actually send an email test message, we can do that and add in the address or addresses that we want. If you want to send it to more than one person as a test, you can add a comma in between the email addresses. And then click Send Test Message. Now it's confirmed that it's been sent, and you should see that in your email inbox. So I'll click OK. And now if we're ready to continue on and finish our campaign, we'll click Next in the lower right hand corner. And this should have all check marks next to all the items, just confirming that everything has been done successfully and it's ready to send. And when we're ready to send it out, we would then click the Send button down in the lower right corner or Schedule in the lower right corner. Either one of those buttons will get your email ready to go. The Schedule will allow you to set a specific time and date when you would like to send the email. The Send button will then take you to the final confirmation screen, which I'll click now. And this is basically a fail-safe to make sure that you really do want to send this email out. And if you are sure that you want to send it out to everybody, you would then finally click the Send Now button on this pop-up window, which will then send it out to everybody on the list. And for today's purposes, I'm just going to cancel that out. Okay, that should about do it for our creating our campaigns in Mailchimp.